All right, welcome aboard, everyone. We're diving deep into train travel today.
Yeah.
Specifically, the most anticipated new train journeys that are launching in 2025.
Exciting times.
You know, you sent over some really interesting articles about these upcoming routes.
I did.
And we're here to kind of help you sift through it all and figure out, which ones might really pique your interest.
Right.
I mean, from high-speed connections that'll just shrink continents down to lavish land cruises that redefine luxury.
Oh, yeah.
And even the revival of some routes that are absolutely vital.
Yeah.
It seems like 2025 is going to be a landmark year for anyone who loves trains.
What I find so interesting is how these new routes reflect like a wider shift in how we're viewing travel.
Yeah.
It's like we're moving beyond just getting to our destination as quickly as possible, you know?
Yeah.
We're looking for those journeys that are experiences in and of themselves.
Yeah. That's
Much more about the journey these days.
It really is about slowing down, savoring the journey, and connecting with the world around us.
That's it.
And speaking of connections, let's start with something that's going to be a total game changer in European travel.
Okay.
The new high-speed route connecting Paris and Berlin.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
This is huge, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is significant for a couple of reasons.
It is.
Number one, it offers a direct daytime connection
Finally.
between two major European capitals.
Yeah.
And it just slashes that travel time down to 8 hours.
8 hours on those fantastic German ICE-3 trains.
ICE-3 trains?
Yeah, the Intercity Express 3.
Wow.
That's what it stands for.
That's amazing.
It is.
So that means no more overnight trips,
Nope.
no multiple transfers if you're traveling between those cities.
That's right.
8 hours.
Yeah.
That's unbelievably fast when you consider that distance.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
What does this mean for business travelers
Oh, I think
and tourists?
yeah, the people that frequently go back and forth between those two cities. It's going to be huge for them.
Huge, right?
I mean, just think about the boost to tourism, the cultural exchange, and of course the economic benefits for both countries.
Right.
You know, it's a real testament to the ongoing efforts to kind of integrate Europe's rail network.
Yeah.
And, I think it could even challenge the dominance of air travel for this particular route.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
It really makes you rethink hopping on a plane when it's that fast.
Exactly.
But while Europe is ramping up its high-speed rail,
Okay.
China's taking it to a whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
They're testing the CR450 trains.
Yes.
These things are designed to reach speeds of over 280 miles per hour.
Incredible, isn't it?
Can you even imagine traveling at that speed?
It's mind-boggling.
I can't.
To put it into perspective, a journey between Beijing and Shanghai, which currently takes over 4 hours by high-speed train,
Right?
could be completed in under 2.5 hours on the CR450.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, at those speeds, wouldn't even the slightest bump feel like an earthquake?
I mean,
What kind of technology and investment is
Yeah.
needed to make sure that passengers are safe and comfortable
yeah.
at such high speeds?
That's a valid concern, right?
Yeah.
I mean, achieving these speeds requires some cutting-edge technology,
Yeah.
from advanced track systems
Okay.
that can actually handle that stress,
Yeah?
to those aerodynamic train designs that minimize vibrations and noise.
Wow.
It also demands massive investments in infrastructure
All right.
and meticulous maintenance to
Yeah.
ensure safety and reliability,
Yes.
You can't mess around with that when you're traveling at those speeds.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if there's a point where the pursuit of ever-increasing speed becomes, I don't know,
Yeah.
less practical,
Less practical.
maybe even less desirable.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. There are trade-offs to consider.
Yeah.
For example, higher speeds often require more energy,
Right.
which could negate some of the environmental benefits of train travel.
Of course.
Additionally, maintenance costs
Yeah.
and the need for specialized infrastructure
Right.
can be significant hurdles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a real balancing act. But not every train journey is about getting to your destination in record time.
Right.
Some are about savoring the experience.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to Italy's new luxury train.
Ah, yes.
La Dolce Vita.
La Dolce Vita. Fascinating departure from the traditional luxury train experience.
It is, isn't it?
Instead of the classic Orient Express aesthetic,
Yeah.
it embraces a sleek, modern design inspired by, like, 1960s Italian glamour.
Very cool.
Think luxurious cabins
Okay.
with mid-century modern furnishings.
Gotcha.
A stylish bar car with live music.
Live music. Nice.
And, of course, a
Yeah.
focus on exquisite Italian cuisine and regional wines.
Oh, it just sounds
Oh, yeah.
like a feast for the senses.
Yeah.
I'm picturing myself lounging in like a chic cabin, sipping a Negroni, watching the Italian countryside roll by.
Sounds idyllic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But what makes La Dolce Vita really stand out?
Well, apart from the unique aesthetic,
Okay.
La Dolce Vita boasts a fascinating itinerary.
Okay.
It traverses Italy from north to south, covering those iconic spots like the Alps,
Right.
Venice, Rome, and even includes a train ferry hop
Train ferry.
across the Strait of Messina to reach Sicily.
Wow, that's cool.
It is cool, right?
Yeah.
It's a curated experience
Okay.
that blends luxury with a sense of adventure and discovery.
A train ferry. That's a very unique twist.
It is.
Sounds like an amazing way to experience the diversity of Italy's landscape and culture.
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, but for those of us who might not have a La Dolce Vita budget,
Right.
there is still some exciting new options
There are.
emerging in the world of affordable overnight train travel.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
One company that's making waves in this area is European Sleeper.
Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about European Sleeper.
They're a cooperative venture focused on reviving and expanding overnight train routes across Europe,
Yeah.
making this mode of travel much more accessible
Right.
and appealing to a wider audience.
Yeah.
What I find really interesting about their model is that they're not just focusing on cost effectiveness,
Right.
it's comfort and convenience too.
Yeah, it's got to be comfortable.
They offer a range of accommodation options to fit different budgets and preferences.
Right.
You can go with cozy sleeping compartments
Yeah.
or reclining seats.
Sure.
Tell me more about their new Brussels to Venice route.
Well, their Brussels-Venice route, launching in winter 2025,
Okay.
is especially appealing for winter sports enthusiasts
Oh, wow.
and budget-conscious travelers.
Got it.
Imagine departing Brussels in the evening
Okay.
and waking up in the heart of Venice,
I like it.
ready to explore those canals. Yeah.
And indulge in, some delicious cicchetti.
Some cicchetti, little snacks. Nice.
Ah.
And with Brussels serving as a major hub for those Eurostar connections,
Right.
travelers from the UK and France can easily access this route.
Yeah, super convenient.
It's amazing how this one route opens up so many possibilities for exploration.
It really does.
It really does.
Yeah,
And it reminds us that train travel isn't just for those luxury getaways.
right.
It can be a practical and affordable way to get around,
Especially for longer distances.
especially for longer distances, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of practicality,
Yeah.
let's shift our attention to a development that hits closer to home.
Okay.
Amtrak's revival of the mobile New Orleans route here in the U.S.
Oh, right. The Gulf Coast.
This relaunch
Yeah.
is a significant event, especially for the Gulf Coast region.
Absolutely.
This route was suspended after Hurricane Katrina in 2005,
Wow.
leaving this gap in passenger rail service for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
It's finally returning in 2025. Great news.
And restoring a vital transportation link for all those communities along the Gulf Coast.
It is, isn't it?
It's more than just a transportation link, though, wouldn't you
Oh,
say?
It is.
It's about reconnecting communities that were impacted by this devastating natural disaster.
Yeah.
It's about boosting local economies,
Absolutely.
providing a reliable evacuation route in case of future emergencies.
It's essential, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It highlights this multifaceted role that train travel can play in a region's recovery and resilience.
Right.
And it's also a reminder that sometimes the most impactful journeys are the ones that connect us to the places
Yeah.
and the people
The people.
that matter most.
Absolutely.
And speaking of journeys that connect us to unique experiences,
Right.
let's delve into a trio of themed train trips
All right.
that are set to launch in 2025.
Hmm.
The Britannic Explorer in the UK,
Okay.
Le Grand Tour France in France, and the Dream of the Desert in Saudi Arabia.
Wow. Okay, so
Each of these journeys promises a deep dive into a particular culture and landscape.
right, so three completely different destinations,
Yeah,
but united by that focus on immersive experiences.
this is where the romance of the rails really shines through.
I think so.
When you say?
Yeah, they tap into a growing desire for travel that goes beyond simply ticking off landmarks.
Right.
You know, they offer that chance to slow down, engage with those local cultures,
Right.
savor those regional cuisines, and create lasting memories.
Absolutely.
It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey itself.
Let's start with the Britannic Explorer.
Okay.
What sets this train apart from other luxury train journeys in the UK?
Well, the Britannic Explorer really distinguishes itself with its design aesthetic and culinary focus.
Okay.
Inspired by, that golden age of ocean liners.
Okay.
The train boasts this luxurious Art Deco style,
Nice.
evoking a sense of nostalgia and glamour.
I like it.
And the culinary experience is equally impressive. Oh, yeah.
A Michelin-starred chef is crafting these menus that showcase the best of British cuisine,
Wow.
using locally sourced, sustainable ingredients.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a real celebration of British heritage and craftsmanship.
It is.
Both in terms of the design and the culinary arts.
Yeah.
What about the itinerary?
Okay.
What kind of landscapes and experiences can passengers expect?
Well, the Britannic Explorer offers various itineraries, each showcasing a different facet of England and Wales.
Right.
One route kind of winds through the picturesque Cotswolds,
Okay.
dotted with charming villages and historic towns.
Nice.
Another explores that rugged coastline of Cornwall,
Okay.
with the dramatic cliffs and hidden coves.
Yeah.
And another ventures into the heart of Wales with its majestic mountains and ancient castles.
It sounds like a journey through time,
It does, doesn't it?
as much as it is a journey through space.
Yeah.
And with that emphasis on local cuisine and cultural immersion.
Right. It's like an invitation to truly connect with the spirit of Britain.
Yeah.
Now let's hop across the channel.
Oh, okay.
Explore Le Grand Tour France.
All right.
What kind of experience does this offer?
Le Grand Tour France embodies that French elegance and romance, kind of reminiscent of the Belle Epoque era.
Okay.
The train itself is just a vision of luxury, with opulent interiors, plush seating, and impeccable service.
Gotcha.
It's a 6-day journey that loops through iconic French regions
Nice.
like Champagne,
Okay.
Burgundy,
Yeah.
the Alps,
Of course.
and the Loire Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like stepping into a postcard.
it really is.
It never fails to enchant.
It's a classic itinerary.
A classic itinerary.
Yeah.
But what about the onboard experience?
Okay.
What makes it stand out?
Well, Le Grand Tour France goes beyond just sightseeing.
Okay.
It's an immersive experience that includes gourmet dining, curated entertainment,
Okay.
and opportunities to engage with local artisans and experts. Think wine tastings
Oh, okay.
in historic cellars, private tours of grand estates, and even cooking classes with renowned chefs.
Wow.
It's a journey designed to indulge all the senses and create those lasting memories.
Sounds absolutely divine.
It is.
Now let's venture to a destination that might be less familiar to many travelers.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia.
All right.
Tell us more about the Dream of the Desert.
The Dream of the Desert offers a rare opportunity to explore the kind of less traveled landscapes of Saudi Arabia
Okay.
in absolute luxury.
Nice.
The train boasts a sleek, contemporary design that seamlessly blends those Arabian aesthetics with modern comforts.
Right.
It promises a journey through vast deserts,
Oh, wow.
rugged mountains,
Yeah.
and ancient ruins,
Definitely.
revealing a side of Saudi Arabia that many have never seen before.
That's really cool.
It is.
And with the promise of gourmet dining and cultural immersion,
Right?
it's a chance to experience the kingdom's rich heritage and hospitality
Yeah.
firsthand.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, what kind of itinerary does the Dream of the Desert offer?
The Dream of the Desert's itinerary is a fascinating blend of history, nature, and culture.
Okay.
It begins in, that bustling capital city of Riyadh,
Right.
showcasing modern Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
and then ventures to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Madain Saleh,
Wow.
an ancient city carved into those sandstone cliffs.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The journey continues through the vast empty quarter,
Okay.
the world's largest sand desert,
The Empty Quarter. I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
and into the Azure Mountains
Okay.
with their breathtaking views and traditional villages.
Yeah.
It's a journey that unveils the diverse landscapes and hidden gems of Saudi Arabia.
It sounds like a journey of discovery.
It does.
That's a chance to delve into a culture and landscape that are often, kind of shrouded in mystery.
Yeah.
And with those luxurious accommodations and personalized service,
Mhm.
it's an opportunity to experience Saudi Arabia in a way that few have before.
Absolutely. And with that, I think we've covered a remarkable array of new train journeys set to launch in 2025.
We have.
Each one offers a unique perspective on travel,
Yeah.
whether it's about speed, luxury, cultural immersion, or reconnecting communities.
It's clear that train travel is experiencing a resurgence,
It is.
and 2025 is shaping up to be a landmark year.
Absolutely.
We've seen how these new journeys reflect changing travel trends, advancements in technology, and a growing awareness of sustainability.
Right.
But beyond the specifics of each route,
Yeah.
there's a bigger conversation to be had about the future of train travel
There is.
and its potential to transform how we explore the world.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned as we delve deeper into those broader implications after a short break.
Sounds good. You know, it's fascinating to see how train travel is evolving,
Yeah.
to meet those demands of modern travelers.
Right.
It's not just about getting from point A to point B anymore.
Right.
You know?
It's about the experience,
Right.
the connection,
Connection, yeah.
and the impact on the world around us.
That's a really key point.
Yeah.
I think these new journeys
Hmm.
are tapping into this desire for slower, more mindful travel,
Yeah.
where the journey itself is as important as the destination.
I think trains are uniquely suited for that kind of travel.
Yeah.
They allow you to really soak in the scenery, engage with local communities,
Right.
disconnect from the digital world, all while, enjoying a level of comfort and convenience that's
Yeah.
often lacking in other modes of transport.
Yeah. And let's not forget the sustainability factor.
Oh, absolutely.
Compared to flying, train travel has a significantly lower carbon footprint,
Much lower.
making it a much more eco-friendly choice for, the environmentally conscious traveler.
Absolutely. And as awareness of climate change grows,
Right.
I think we'll see even more people
Yeah.
opting for train travel as a way to, reduce their environmental impact.
Their impact, right?
But it's not just about individual choices.
Right.
It's about governments and transportation companies,
Yeah.
investing in and promoting rail travel as a viable alternative to air travel.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a collective effort
It will.
to shift our travel habits towards more sustainable modes of transportation.
Right.
And I think these new train journeys are a great example of how we can make that shift appealing and accessible to a wider audience.
They are a good example.
But let's dive back into the specifics for a moment.
Okay.
We talked a lot about these high-level concepts,
Yeah.
but I'm eager to learn more about the technical details
Okay.
of some of these routes.
Sure.
You mentioned, for example, the Paris-Berlin high-speed connection.
Yeah.
What kind of technology
Yeah.
goes into making an 8-hour journey between those two cities possible?
Well, for starters, the Paris-Berlin route utilizes Germany's state-of-the-art IC3 Neo trains.
Okay, I see 3 Neo,
Yeah, it stands for Intercity Express 3 New Generation.
new generation. Okay.
And these trains are, a marvel of engineering.
Yeah.
They're designed to reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour
Wow.
while ensuring, a smooth and comfortable ride for passengers.
200 miles an hour. That's faster than a lot of cars are allowed to go on the Autobahn.
I know, it's incredible.
What are some of the key features that allow these trains to achieve those speeds safely?
Well, the ICE3 Neo trains feature, a lightweight
Okay.
aerodynamic design that reduces air resistance
Okay.
and improves energy efficiency.
Makes sense.
They also have, advanced braking systems and sophisticated suspension systems that
Yeah.
minimize vibrations and ensure a smooth ride even at those high speeds.
So it's not just about raw power, it's about precision engineering
It is.
and a focus on passenger comfort.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the tracks themselves.
Right.
High-speed rail requires specialized tracks
Okay.
that are perfectly aligned and meticulously maintained to handle the stress of trains traveling at such high speeds.
Yeah, it's a fascinating combination of cutting-edge technology
It is.
and this meticulous attention to detail.
Yeah.
Speaking of attention to detail,
Okay.
let's shift gears back to Italy's La Dolce Vita.
All right.
You mentioned that it offers a unique blend of luxury and adventure.
I did.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. La Dolce Vita is not just about, luxurious accommodations and fine dining.
Right.
It's about creating this curated experience
Okay.
that immerses passengers in the beauty and culture of Italy.
Right.
The train itself is a masterpiece of design, evoking, the glamour of 1960s Italy with its sleek lines, elegant furnishings, and stylish accents.
Yeah.
But what truly sets it apart is the itinerary.
You mentioned a train ferry hop across the Strait of Messina to reach Sicily.
I did, yeah.
That sounds incredible.
It is incredible. It's a truly unique experience.
Yeah.
You know, imagine the train rolling onto a ferry, crossing those sparkling waters of the Strait of Messina,
Yeah.
and then disembarking on the other side,
Right.
ready to explore, the treasures of Sicily.
The treasures of Sicily.
It's, a seamless blend of land and sea travel,
Yeah.
adding a touch of adventure
Right.
to the luxurious journey.
It's a fantastic example of how train travel can offer experiences that go beyond the ordinary.
It is. And while La Dolce Vita might be a dream for many travelers,
Right.
European Sleeper is making overnight train travel more accessible
More accessible.
and appealing to a wider audience.
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges and opportunities associated with, reviving overnight train travel in Europe?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest challenges, I think, is competing with the convenience
Yeah.
and affordability of budget airlines.
Budget airlines.
For a lot of travelers, flying is still the quickest and cheapest option,
Yeah.
even if it means sacrificing comfort.
Right.
And, experiencing all those hassles of airport security, baggage handling,
Yeah. Yeah. All that.
So how is European Sleeper addressing these challenges?
Well, they're focusing on creating,
Oh.
a comfortable and enjoyable travel experience
Okay.
that rivals flying in terms of convenience,
Okay.
while offering a more sustainable and relaxing alternative.
Sustainable and
And
relaxing.
They're also working to make their routes more accessible by offering that range of accommodation options, from, private sleeping compartments to more budget-friendly reclining seats.
And they're leveraging existing infrastructure, right? Like connecting with Eurostar in Brussels,
Exactly.
which opens up connections to the UK and France.
It's about creating that seamless network,
Right.
that allows travelers to reach their destinations without, the need for multiple transfers or overnight stays in hotels.
Sounds like they're taking a smart approach to revitalizing overnight train travel.
Yeah, I think so.
Now let's shift our focus to a development that has, significant implications
Okay.
for both transportation and disaster preparedness.
Okay.
Amtrak's relaunch of the mobile New Orleans route.
Right. The Gulf Coast.
What are some of the key factors
Yeah.
that contributed to the decision to revive this route after a 20-year hiatus?
Well, the decision to relaunch the mobile New Orleans route was driven by a combination of factors,
Oh.
including, community demand, economic considerations,
Right.
and the need for a reliable evacuation route in the event of future hurricanes.
Right.
The Gulf Coast region has been steadily recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
And the return of passenger rail service is seen as a vital step in that recovery process.
It's a reminder that transportation infrastructure
Mm.
isn't just about convenience.
No.
It's also about safety
Right.
and resilience,
Absolutely.
especially in regions that are vulnerable to natural disasters.
It's essential.
It is. And in the case of the mobile New Orleans route, the return of passenger rail service
Yeah.
also has significant economic implications.
Absolutely.
It'll connect communities, boost tourism,
Right.
and create new job opportunity in the region.
It will. It's a great example of how investing in transportation infrastructure can have that ripple effect,
Right.
benefiting communities and economies in multiple ways.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears to a different kind of journey.
Okay.
One that's all about luxury and cultural immersion.
Luxury.
The Britannic Explorer in the UK.
Right, the UK.
What sets this train apart from other luxury train experiences in the UK?
Well, the Britannic Explorer is a celebration of British heritage and craftsmanship.
Okay.
The train itself is a masterpiece of Art Deco design,
Very cool.
with luxurious interiors that evoke that golden age of ocean liners.
Yeah, beautiful.
And the culinary experience is equally impressive,
Yeah.
with a Michelin-starred chef crafting menus that showcase the best of British cuisine. Right.
Using, locally sourced, sustainable ingredients.
It sounds like a journey through time,
It does, yeah.
as much as it is a journey through space.
Mhm.
Tell me more about the different itineraries offered.
Okay, the Britannic Explorer offers a range of itineraries,
Okay.
each showcasing a different facet of England and Wales.
Okay.
There's a journey that winds through the picturesque Cotswolds,
Right.
dotted with those charming villages and historic towns.
Yeah.
Another explores that rugged coastline of Cornwall
Right.
with its dramatic cliffs and hidden coves.
It's beautiful.
And yet another ventures into the heart of Wales with its majestic mountains and ancient castles.
Each itinerary just sounds like such a unique and immersive experience.
Yeah, it does.
Offering a chance to really connect with the spirit of Britain.
It does.
Now let's hop across the channel and delve into the world of Le Grand Tour France.
Le Grand Tour France sounds lovely.
What makes this train journey so special?
Well, Le Grand Tour France embodies French elegance and romance.
It's a 6-day journey that loops through those iconic French regions like
Right.
Champagne, Burgundy,
Yeah.
the Alps, and the Loire Valley.
Classic.
The train itself is a vision of luxury,
Okay.
with opulent interiors that evoke the Belle Epoque era.
Right.
And the itinerary offers a curated experience
Okay.
that includes gourmet dining, wine tastings, and private tours of grand estates.
Sounds exquisite.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a blend of luxury, culture, and gastronomy.
And now, let's travel to a destination that might be less familiar to many travelers.
Less familiar.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, okay.
Tell us more about the Dream of the Desert.
The Dream of the Desert is a groundbreaking venture,
Okay.
offering a rare glimpse into the heart of Saudi
Kind
Arabia.
of the heart of it, yeah.
It's a journey through vast deserts, rugged mountains, and ancient ruins,
Wow.
revealing a side of Saudi Arabia that many have never seen before.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Give us a sense of the itinerary and the types of experiences passengers can expect.
Okay, well, the itinerary is a fascinating blend of history, nature, and culture.
Okay.
It begins in that bustling capital city of Riyadh,
Right.
showcasing modern Saudi Arabia.
Modern Saudi Arabia.
Then it ventures to that UNESCO World Heritage Site of Madain Salah,
Okay.
an ancient city carved into those sandstone cliffs.
Yeah.
From there, the journey continues through that vast empty quarter,
Right. The empty quarter.
the world's largest sand
The
desert,
largest sand desert. Wow.
and into the Asir Mountains with their breathtaking views and traditional villages.
So beautiful.
It is. It's a journey of discovery,
It
a
is.
chance to delve into a culture and a landscape that are often shrouded in mystery.
In mystery, yeah.
And with those luxurious accommodations and personalized service,
Yeah.
it's an opportunity to experience Saudi Arabia in a way that few have before.
Absolutely.
And with that, I think we've covered a remarkable range of new train journeys set to launch in 2025.
Yeah, it's clear that train travel is experiencing a resurgence. And these new journeys reflect, changing travel trends, advancements in technology, a growing awareness of sustainability.
Absolutely.
But beyond the specifics of each route,
Right.
there's a bigger conversation to be had about the future of train travel
There is.
and its potential to transform how we explore the world.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's explore some of those broader implications.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the future of train travel?
Well, I think we're witnessing a renaissance in train travel, driven by a confluence of factors.
Yeah.
There's a growing desire for slower, more sustainable, and more experiential forms of travel.
Right.
Technological advancements are making trains faster, more efficient, and more comfortable.
Right.
And there's this increasing awareness of the need to, reduce our carbon footprint and invest in more sustainable modes of transportation.
I think you're right. We're
Yeah.
seeing a convergence of individual preferences, technological advancements,
Yeah.
and global awareness. That's creating like a perfect storm for the resurgence of train travel.
It is, and I believe this trend will continue to gain momentum in the years to come.
I think so too.
We'll see more investment in high-speed rail networks, more innovative train designs,
Right.
and more creative itineraries that cater to a wider range of, traveler interests and budgets.
I'm excited to see how train travel continues to evolve
Me too.
and what new journeys await us on the horizon.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away with the future,
Right.
let's bring it back to the present.
Okay.
What are your final thoughts for our listener who's, considering exploring some of these incredible new train journeys in 2025?
Well, I would encourage our listener to embrace the adventure
Yeah,
and explore the possibilities.
absolutely.
There's a train journey out there for everyone, whether you're seeking speed, luxury, cultural immersion,
Right.
or simply a chance to slow down and connect with the world around you.
And with so many incredible new journeys launching in 2025, there's never been a better time to, hop on board
Yeah.
and experience the world from the unique perspective of the rails.
Exactly. So why not start planning your next train adventure today?
That's a great suggestion. And as our listener embarks on their train travel planning, We encourage them to, keep in mind
Yeah.
the broader implications of their travel choices.
Absolutely.
By choosing train travel, they're not just opting for, a more enjoyable
Right.
and enriching experience.
Right.
They're also making a positive impact on the environment
Absolutely.
and supporting a more sustainable future for travel.
Well said. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive
Right.
into the world of new train journeys.
Yeah.
We hope this episode has provided you with, valuable insights
Yeah.
and inspiration to plan your next train adventure.
Happy travels. Welcome back. We've journeyed through this landscape of steel and innovation, exploring these exciting new train routes that are launching in 2025.
So many exciting routes.
Now let's kind of shift our perspective a little bit
Okay.
and consider the broader implications of this train travel resurgence.
Yeah, it's not just about the allure of the new routes or even that nostalgia of train travel.
Right.
Yeah. It's about this fundamental shift in how we think about travel itself.
I agree.
I think we're seeing a move away from that
Right.
get there fast mentality
Yeah.
towards something more conscious,
Yeah.
more experiential.
Absolutely. And these new trains, they're not just transportation.
Right.
They're curated experiences.
They are.
Whether it's the high-speed efficiency that reshapes business travel, like that Paris-Berlin connection,
Yeah.
or the slow travel immersion of something like the Britannic Explorer.
Yeah.
It's clear that trains are tapping into this desire
Yeah.
for something different.
Something different. Yeah, and I think that focus on sustainability is a major driving force.
Totally.
As we become more aware of our environmental impact,
Right.
trains offer a really compelling alternative to air travel,
Absolutely.
especially, for those shorter and mid-range distances.
It's really interesting to think about.
It is.
Could we be on the cusp of a real shift where train travel becomes not just a niche choice,
Right.
but a mainstream mode of transportation again?
I think the potential is there.
Yeah.
But realizing that potential requires us to address some key challenges.
Okay. Like what?
For example, we need to make train travel more accessible and affordable.
Yeah.
Particularly for those long-haul journeys.
Right now, budget airlines often win out on price,
They do.
even if the journey itself is less enjoyable or sustainable.
Exactly. And that brings up another challenge.
Okay.
Investment in infrastructure
Right.
to truly compete with air travel.
Okay.
We need, modern, efficient rail networks that can handle increased demand and offer those competitive travel times.
It's a bit of a chicken and egg situation, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. People are more likely to choose train travel if it's convenient and affordable.
Right.
But to make those improvements
Yeah.
requires significant investment.
Absolutely. It requires a shift in mindset,
Yeah.
not just from travelers, but also from governments
Governments?
and transportation companies.
Yeah. Right.
We need to see rail travel not just as, this nostalgic mode of transport,
Right.
but as a key part of a sustainable future.
I think the success of these new train journeys launching in 2025 could play a major role in that shift.
They could.
If they can demonstrate the viability and the appeal of train travel,
Yeah.
both for individual travelers and for the environment,
Right.
it could be a turning point.
It could be a real turning point.
Yeah.
I agree. The more people that experience,
Yeah.
those unique benefits of train travel,
Yeah, like wait.
the slower pace, the scenic views, the chance to disconnect and relax,
Right.
the more likely they are to choose it again.
And as that demand grows, it creates a stronger argument for investment in infrastructure,
It does.
making train travel even more accessible and appealing in the future.
It's like a positive feedback loop.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a loop we need to keep pushing forward.
Pushing it forward. Yeah,
The choices we make as travelers have an impact.
they do.
And by choosing train travel, we're not just, getting from one place to another.
Right.
We're investing in a more sustainable future.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's not just about the excitement of these new train journeys.
Right.
It's about this larger conversation that we're all part of.
We are.
It's about rethinking how we travel, recognizing the impact of our choices, and embracing the potential of train travel
Yeah.
to create, a more connected,
A more connected world.
sustainable,
And enriching world.
beautifully put.
And with that,
Yeah.
we leave our listener with a final thought. As you plan your next adventure,
Okay.
Consider the journey itself.
The journey itself.
Embrace the slowness,
Mm.
the connection,
Yeah.
and the possibility of a train ride.
Yeah.
That's more than just transportation. It's
Yeah.
a journey of discovery.
A journey of discovery.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope it's, sparked you curiosity and inspired you to explore the world from the unique perspective of the rails.
Absolutely.
Happy travels.